Hello kids, good morning. Who can guess here? What picture is this? You are right. It is a clock. Now this morning, we will learn about parts of a clock. Alright, but before that, we will sing a song about a clock. Are you ready?
TT2 songs.
Clock.
The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. What's the time? The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. What's the time, Mr. Clock?
Now you can sing along.
The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. What's the time? The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? The clock is ticking, tick-tock. What's the time, Mr. Clock? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. What's the time, Mr. Clock?
Do you like the song, kids? Okay, this morning I want you to watch this video and then I want you to listen very carefully so that you can answer my questions later, okay?
Hi, so today we are going to start to learn about time and a clock. A clock is used to tell us time. A clock has 3 main parts. The first part is called its face. Its face. You have a face. Are you a clock? No. The face on a clock is a little bit different. It's the round part of the clock. The round part of the clock. Now the clock has 2 hands. Wait a minute. You have 2 hands. Are you a clock? No. You are not a clock. The clock has 2 hands. It has a little hand and a big hand. Do you have a little and a big hand? No. Your hands are the same size because you're not a clock. A clock has 2 hands, a little hand and a big hand. They do different things. The little hand tells us what the hour is. Like if you ever heard mom or dad say, it's 9 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock. That's what the little hand does. It has another name. Maybe some of you have two names, your regular name and your nickname. The little hand has two names. Its other name is called the hour hand. Can you say that? Hour hand. The little hand is also called the hour hand. All right, so remember I said that the clock has two hands. So the other hand on my clock is the color blue. And it is called the big hand. It also has a nickname. This other hand is called the minute hand. The minute hand. Can you say minute hand? Minute hand. All right. So our clock has 1, 2, 3 main parts. It has the face. It has the little hand. See, it's smaller. Which also is called the hour hand. It tells us the hour. And it also has the big hand. The big hand. The big hand is called the minute hand. All right, say it one more time. The face, the little hand or the hour hand, and the big hand or the minute hand. Now you guys have learned all about the parts of a clock. All right, thanks for listening.
So, did you understand what are the parts, or can you tell me what are the parts of a clock? Okay, let's try, kids. But before that, let's know first what are the types of a clock. There are two types of clocks. First one is the analog clock. Analog clock is a clock or watch that has moving hands and usually hours marked from 1 to 12 to show you the time. All clocks used to be what you call analog devices before digital clocks were invented. An analog clock contains 2 or possibly 3 hands that go around in a circle to show you the current hour and minute, and possibly second. Each of these hands can point anywhere along the circle. That means that the minute hand can point to every numerical value that exists between 0 and 60. Analog clock. Next is, the second one is digital clock. A digital clock is a clock that displays the time in numeral digits rather than by hands on a dial. A digital clock is an alternative to a traditional analog clock. This type of clock shows numbers to display the time in a digital format, such as on a watch, phone, or an alarm clock. This can be in both 12 and 24 hours formats. Digital clock. Remember that we have two types of clocks. First is analog clock, and the second one is digital clock. Okay, so remember what is this clock? This is an analog clock, right? Now let's see if you can still remember what is this part of a clock. Anyone can tell me? You're right. This is a phase of a clock. Phase of a clock. Remember that the front of an analog clock is called the phase or the dial. Phase of a clock. Anyone can tell me what is this part of the clock? All right. This is the short hand, which means, or the other word, another name is the hour hand. Just like this one, you can see this one is pointing to 2. So this is 2 o'clock. Okay, 2 o'clock. This is an hour hand. Hour hand is the short hand, shows us the hour. Okay, in the video, you hear that this is the little hand or the short hand. Okay, shows us the hour hand. Next, who can guess this? What is this part of the clock? Anyone? A minute hand. This is a minute hand. Minute hand is called a big hand. In the video, you can hear it's a big hand, but they will call it, we call it also long hand. Okay? Long hand or the long hand shows us the minute or minutes. Okay? Starting from here, this 12 here, it is 0, 0. When this minute hand forward to the next, this way here, this going to the right, this one here is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it start here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then go back to 0 or 60 minutes here. So this time is, remember that this shorthand is a hour hand. So this is 3 o'clock here. This is 3 o'clock. When this minute hand points over here, it's 3 o'clock and 5 minutes. So it's not worry. So it's not running yet. So here is only 3 o'clock. Okay, remember the long hand shows us the minutes. So this is a minute hand. Okay, anyone can tell me this? Okay, you cannot see this one in the video, but Teacher Beth included this one because you can see this part of the clock. In any of the clock, you can see this. Okay, so we have 3 hands already. Remember that the short hand is the hour hand and the long hand is the minute hand. And we have another one. Do you know what is this hand here? Okay, let's name this one. This is the second hand. Okay, this is the second hand. Okay, it gives seconds. Okay, the seconds here run so fast. Spin so fast from here. They did not give us the time, but it give us shows us only how fast the time is. Okay, the second here. Okay, remember this is second hand. Let's have a short test, kids. May I see if you really get something from our lesson? Which is an hour hand? You're going to choose here which is an hour hand. Shows an hour hand. Okay. A short hand. B, a long hand. Okay, let me see if your answer is correct. The answer is a short hand. Good job. What's your answer, kids? It's a long hand. Very good. The long hand. What's this, or what is this part of a clock? What is this part of a clock? What is your answer? What is your answer? Anyone can answer? Anyone can tell me? Alright, good job. Phase. That is a phase of a clock. Phase of a clock. Good job. What do you call the long hand in a clock? What do you call the long hand in a clock? Anyone? Good job. A minute hand. A minute hand. What do you call the short hand in a clock? What do you call the short hand in a clock? Who can guess, kids? All right. An hour hand. The answer is hour hand. The short hand is called an hour hand. Good job. All right. I want you to, let's make an analog clock today. Can you see the circle? Okay, we will make an analog clock. I want you to prepare a paper and a pencil because you're going to draw here. You're going to draw a circle and then we're going to write the numbers. Remember that in a clock there are 12 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's make it today. I want you to get your paper and your pencil, please. All right, do you have your pencil and your paper already? So let's start now. So we will mark a small circle here in the middle. And then, what is the number here? Okay, here is number 12. Next to 12 is? Here is 1, 2, and here is 3, here is 4, here is 5, here in the middle is 6, here is 7. Oh, I'm sorry. My 8 is not nice. I will erase it again. Okay. Okay, 8. And here is 9. Here is 10. And here is the 11. That's the clock, kids. Can you see that? That is how to make a clock, analog clock. Okay, let's say we will make 5 o'clock. We'll make 5 o'clock. Remember this one shorthand? Okay, let's point. We'll use remember the shorthand? It is an hour hand. This is the hour hand. And 5 o'clock. The minute should point to the 00 here. Okay, that is the 5 o'clock. That is how to make a clock, kids, an analog clock. So, how about yours? Huh? How about yours? Did you do a clock already? All right. When we see each other again, kids, I want you to show it to me, okay? If you know how to make an analog clock. So, thank you, kids. Do you have any questions about our lesson for today? Parts of the clock. So if there's none, I want you to do this worksheet. If you have with you this worksheet, same with this worksheet, I want you to trace. Okay, I will mark it. Okay, I want you to trace the clock parts and color it. Okay, you're going to trace and color. You're going to trace this here, the words. This is the clock numbers, the minute hand, the second hand, and the hour hand. When you finish writing or tracing, you can color this, okay? Color the parts of the clock. Alright, did you understand, kids? Alright, I think that's all for today, kids. See you again next time. Bye!